Evening, everyone. In this chilly evening, I'm your host, Sudip Maiti, early career designer. Welcome to Classroom to Boardroom Talk Show, episode number 6. We have gathered here to enlighten you about the different ways by which the transition from classroom to boardroom can easily happen. We'll discuss about the hurdles or challenges that come along the way. Take charge of your career and also listen to the different eminent person who have excelled in their own fields. Today, we have invited one of the industry's leader who has more than 3 decades of the experience in IT industry and 8+ years of academic experience, currently performing a role of senior vice president. He has worked for more than 24 countries. Also, he is a senior member of IEEE and life member of CSI, and also committee member of various international conferences. Let me welcome Mr. Ramanamurthy Saripalli in this talk show. Good evening, sir. Welcome to my talk show. So, sir, are you able to hear? Yeah, sir,
Good
can you
evening,
brief?
Sudeep.
Good evening, sir. So, would you mind to introduce yourself, sir, briefly? So, about yourself, so audience can listen, and if they have any query or anything, they can ask from here itself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good evening to all of you. My name is Ramanamurthy. I am Senior Vice President, Tantra Private Limited, which is a software company in Hyderabad. I graduated in 1976, BTech Electronics and Communications Engineering from College of Engineering, Kakinada, which is a government college of engineering. And then I did my MTech, Computer Science from IIT Bombay. In 1978, I passed out. I joined TCS. We were the first batch of JNTU, and we were the second batch of computer science postgraduates from IIT Bombay. And there was no computer science in those days in BTech. Very few institutes like IITs only had computer science in those days. And I joined TCS. When I joined TCS, there were only 400 people in TCS, including us. And my number is about 242 or something like that. Okay, my employee number. And after that, of course, I have traveled around the world. I have a brief. Can I share my screen? Is there any way I can share my
Yeah,
screen?
yeah, yeah. You can share your screen, sir. You can share your
Yeah.
screen. There is an option.
Okay.
So
Yeah, share. I'll just share the screen.
yeah.
Slides. Okay.
Yeah.
My computer. Okay. Oh, I have to upload the file, is it?
Yeah. File is there. So otherwise, you can share directly. I believe
I can
so.
directly do that.
Yeah. You can directly do that as well. There is an option is there.
Okay. So I don't want to upload the file. Share slides. Computer. I have to upload the file. I don't think I can share the file otherwise.
Okay. No
Looks
issue,
like.
sir.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll just tell you. After TCS, I was there with TCS for 5 years, and then I joined CMC in Hyderabad, which is now part of TCS only. And then I migrated to Australia. I was in Australia for about 8 years, 9 years. And then I came back to India. I was a senior consultant in Quality Assurance Institute. And then I went to Muscat. I was there for about 15 years, 13 years. And I came back to India. And then I went into the academic career. For about 8 years, I've been in the academics. I was a professor in computer science for one of the engineering colleges. And then I joined back the industry again in Tantra Tech Solutions Private Limited. So around 1978 till now, that is almost like 22 there and 22 now, 44 years of experience, out of which about 34 years in the industry and 8 years in the academics. And today, my interests are basically machine learning, artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud computing, and Python. So that is what I do, and I actually train a lot of engineering students, third years and final years, for their competitive exams and things like that, as a passion rather than anything else. Okay, so that's about me. Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your brief introductions. It's really helpful. So, audience, so if you have any specific query in terms of your career, so you can ask here. So, the comment box is open. So, if you have any specific query, you can write it down so that we can answer your query. So, if there is no questions as of now, so sir, you have already explained to your career journey as well. Okay, how you from where you have started your career and where you have reached. So, how do you? What do you think? What is the definition of choosing the right career? Is there any specific definition someone can choose the right career?
Yeah, I my only this thing is that you should love what you do. Okay, otherwise it will become a burden. See, I'm 65 years old, and I still go to colleges and stand in front of about 120 students from morning 9 o'clock till evening 4 o'clock with a 1 hour lunch time, and I I deliver course content. Okay, and lot of students ask me, how can you do that? We are, I mean, where do you get your energy from? No, I tell them that I get it from two sources. One is that I like what I do. Okay, when you like what you do, you don't get tired. Okay, and the second is that they are students. When they ask questions and things like that, I get half the energy from them, you know, like Wali, Sigri was from them, and so I get half the energy from them. So I get to know what they are going through, and I get to know what they are going through. Hello, am I audible? Yeah,
Yeah, sir, you are audible
yeah,
now. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I think there's a slight um,
yeah,
intermittent internet problem, I think, probably.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's what I think. First thing, when you're choosing your career, first thing is that you should go to the career which you like. You know, otherwise, what will become is that it becomes a burden rather than a love. You should love what you do. Okay. If you can't do all of, I mean, not everybody can do it. Then you should love what you do. If you can't do what you love, then you should love what you do. You should change yourself, change your attitude, change your this thing, and change your passion towards what you are doing. And obviously every profession has its own ups and downs, but still, if you can, the first part is that you should love what you do, and second part, if you can't do that, you should do I mean you should whatever career you chose, you should love it. Then only you will be able to give the best of you. Okay. Mostly the audience is engineering students, right? So I
yeah,
would like to
sir.
tell them um, three things. Basically, you need, for a successful career, you need three things. One is, of course, the knowledge. Okay, the knowledge is very essential. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that if you are a computer science student, or a mechanical student, or a mechanical engineering student, or electrical engineering student, you should have the knowledge. First of all, let me tell you what is engineering, then you can understand why I'm trying to say so. Art is very subjective. Art is very subjective because with the same lyrics and same background music, if I sing the song, every one of you will run away. But if Arjit Singh sings the song, you'll all say once more, once more. It's the same lyrics, same input, same background music, same input, same lyrics, but the difference is it's me versus Arjit Singh. Okay. Similarly, take painting. Same brushes, same canvas, same colors. If I paint, you don't know what it is. Even I don't know what it is. But if Ravi Verma paints it, it goes for $1 million. Okay. The reason is that it's a subjective. Art is very subjective. It depends on the person, place, and mood, and all those things. Okay. Science is not subjective. Science is, if you say what is square root of 64, most of you will say 8, right? Actually, it's plus or minus 8. Okay. But whether it's in Congo, Canberra, or Canada, it will be plus or minus 8 only. And whether it's in the morning or in the evening, whether it is me or somebody else, it is not dependent on subject. But look at engineering. What is engineering? Engineering is the application of science and art to the betterment of humankind. It is the application part. For example, the Archimedes principle states, some formula, right? Using that
Yeah.
formula, engineers build the boat so that you can travel. Okay, I'll give you another example. When I was doing my MTech, right, in IIT Bombay, I come from Kakinada town in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, and we had to travel by train. There was only one train, Minar Express. And how do I reserve my ticket? I used to go to the station, which is about 28 kilometers from IIT, and then stand in a queue of about 500 feet. And then by the time I go to the window, the guys will say the tickets are over. Okay. But today, how do I book my ticket? I just take my mobile and then log into IRCTC, book my ticket. Within 2 minutes, I got my ticket. Who brought this change? Engineers. Who brought this change? Engineers. And same here. Look at the way I'm talking about technology now. Previously, when I used to watch a cricket match, when I had to listen to a cricket match when I was in 10th class, it used to be like, you know, I had to listen to a transistor, and very feebly the guys will be giving you commentary, and then you have to put your ears near to the transistor and listen to it.
Correct.
Today, how do I
Correct.
watch today? How do I watch it? I have a 4K TV, 55-inch TV. I sit in my seat and take a and then watch it, and it's better than being in the ground. Basically, I've been to Sydney cricket ground. I've been to Melbourne cricket ground. I've been to Adelaide. I've been to Perth. I've been to Bangalore. I've been to Hyderabad. All these cricket grounds. It's better than being there watching in your TV. The reason is that when you are there, two things. One, you have to first smell the sweat of the next guy. You know, that's the first thing. And the second thing, is that it is so far away that you can't make out who is Bumrah and who is Kohli.
Correct.
Whereas when you sit in your TV, when you see it in your TV, there's slow motion cameras, there's close-up cameras, and a nicely air-conditioned room in your comfortable chair. So it's actually better than being there. Who brought this technology to us? Engineers, right? Not doctors, not actors, not lawyers. Who brought this technology to us? Engineers. So engineering is a profession which actually builds the nation, which brings betterment to the society. So that is why I like engineering. I'm an engineer, and I'm proud I'm an engineer. So once you know what is engineering, the application, for application, you need to have the knowledge. You have to master the concepts. Then only you can apply them. It's not, you can't just by heart them and then reproduce them and things like that. You have to master them. So the first thing that you need for a successful career is knowledge. Okay, successful engineering career, it's a knowledge. Second thing, you should be able to express yourself. Okay, that otherwise what will happen is that you will be left out in a crowd. If you can't express yourself, you'll be left out in a crowd. So the second thing, most important thing, is that you should be able to put forward your ideas, your whatever you think, you should be able to express to the others and impress the others. And that requires English. English is very, very important in that case. And the third thing is the public speaking. To be able to express yourself in public without fear, without thinking what others will think of you and things like that. Most of the students today, I observe, I go to a lot of colleges. Most of the students today, whenever I ask them, ask all the questions, don't worry, they don't, because they're shy. You have to get out of that shell and then come out and then ask questions. Even in this talk show, you should be asking questions. Okay, so that's the third thing. The first is the knowledge. The second is your English vocabulary and English. And the third is able to express yourself in public without any shyness or timidness. Okay, these three are very, very important. When you have these three, then dream big. Nothing like it. You dream big. And Bill Gates was just like us about 40 years back. He was not, he was nothing, he was worse than us probably. He didn't even have a degree. And same with Steve Jobs. Okay, they became successful because of these three things. One, a passion, that a desire that they want to do it. And two, the knowledge. And three, that their commitment and their dedication and their that is what really matters. Okay, so these three things are very, very important. Most of the students, particularly engineering students today, what I have seen is that just before 1 week before the exams, they sit in front of the books and then try to mug it out or whatever and things like that, and go and write the exams. Then you'll become a graduate, not an engineer, not a professional engineer. There are two types of engineers. One is a
Correct.
graduate
Correct,
engineer,
sir.
and two is a professional engineer. A graduate engineer, he doesn't know anything. He got marks, he passed, he just somehow passed, passed in the exams. The professional engineer has the knowledge and has the ability to actually apply that knowledge to the betterment of the society. Okay, so that is what you want to be, not a graduate engineer. So you better be very good at your knowledge. Your concept should be strong, your foundation should be strong. Okay, yeah. The next thing I would like to talk about is that time management. To be successful, you have to manage your time very well. The great people don't do different things, they do the same things differently. you know that is where the time management comes in. We all in our lives, every day we waste a lot of time without knowing. Every minute is important, particularly for the upcoming students, where if they want successful career, time management is very, very important. You can't waste even a single minute. Okay, so that you have to be very careful about. Okay, so uh, so please make sure about later on sometime, Sudeep, I think I can talk on time management separately. It's a topic by
Definitely,
itself,
sir.
how students can organize their time, how they have to. And it's individual, it's subjective, because some people are early bird, early to sleep and early to rise. Some people stay up very late in the night. Nothing wrong with it. It's just there, that is how the biochemistry works basically. So sometime later, if we have some time, we will actually talk
Yep.
about time management. All right.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions from audience? um,
As of now, sir, I couldn't find any questions. So, audience, so do you have any specific questions so that we can clear it out in terms of the career? So, what could be the right career? So, you should
yeah,
choose.
uh, yeah,
So,
probably I'll talk about the career.
yeah. So,
Engineering
sir,
students.
just one quick questions before
Yeah.
moving into that. So, definitely you can answer that, sir. I just want to know the clarify to the people. So, is there any specific difference between the job and the career?
uh, okay, career is a long term goal. Okay, job is a way to achieve that goal. Okay,
Okay.
let me give you a very simple example. For example, I want to become, let us say, the I mean, as I want to get a good job in Microsoft or something like that. I want to
Yeah.
become a very project manager in Microsoft. Okay,
Yeah.
a job is a you have to that's your career plan. Probably 10 years from now, you want to become a project manager in Microsoft. That's your goal. That's the 10 years from now, that is your goal. Now for that, you have to now work out the steps. How do I do that? In Microsoft doesn't come to it's not very easy to get into Microsoft or Amazon or any of these companies. Okay, you have campus interviews for Infosys and TCS and Cognizant and things like that, but these guys, they don't normally come to the normal colleges. They have their own this thing. So if you want to get into that, first probably your knowledge is very important, and your hard work in basically, I'm talking about computer science because I've been a computer science guy for a long time. um, Programming is very important, and programming for any other job, also for any other discipline, is also very important. Like even for mechanical engineers, even for civil engineers, even for electrical and electronics engineers, programming is very important, because today we cannot live without computers. Impossible. If you don't believe me, just close your eyes and think that all the computers in the world, Every computer, every microprocessor, every computer, everything which works on instruction sets goes on strike for about 1 hour. Okay, every computer in the world, every microprocessor, everything which has got anything about computers will goes on strike for 1 hour. What will happen to the world? It'll be chaos. I mean, the world can't have that anymore, because everything is controlled by computers today. Your power grid is controlled by computers, your hospitals are controlled by computers, your air traffic control is controlled by computers. If they go on strike, there will be airplane crashes. The traffic lights are controlled by computers. There'll be traffic, and there will be no WhatsApp, none of all this will stop, and students cannot live because they can't live without WhatsApp, you know and
Yeah.
Facebook. All these things will go. The whole world will be a chaos. So today, we cannot but accept that computers are part of our life. There's nothing. I mean, that's true. That's a fact. So there's nothing. We have to accept that. So we have to live with that computers, and particularly by being engineers, you even the mechanical drawing, everything and all, CAD CAM, everything is computers now. Even doctors today, they rely on computers. The MRIs, the ECGs, the X-ray machines, all those are controlled by computers. So you have to make sure that you understand some programming language or other, and able to express your problems, find solutions with the programming language, with lots of packages which are available in your field. In electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering, in drawing, there are lots and lots of packages which are available today. You should be familiar with them, and you should master them. Then it will reduce your time for solution, basically. Okay. So my this thing is, you should be very, very good at what you do. And so yeah, basically the knowledge is very important, and finding the right solution, using the devices that you have, using the technology that you have. Don't reinvent the technology. Using the technology that you have already to go further. That is what you need to do.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. So my next question is that, so I have visited the almost the three engineering colleges so far. I have given my seminar, and during that seminar, I could see that people have the students, they have the tendency, they want to only learn the technology. So do you think that so only learning the technology is good enough for them to grow in their career?
Okay. Why do we learn the technology? If you can't apply the technology, then the learning is of no use. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to apply the technology that you learn. You have to apply that. And to what purpose? To For your betterment, for the society's betterment, for the nation's betterment, for the humankind's betterment. I mean, that is what I'm giving you examples about: the railway reservation system, the TV. And you can look at that. If you ask your grandfather how they used to get money from the bank, when they were, you have to go to the bank, you have to write a withdrawal slip, and you have to present it, and the clerk will give it to somebody, he will give it to somebody, he'll give it to somebody, and they update some 5 different books, and finally he gives you the cash. The whole it takes about 2 hours or something like that. Today I don't even need cash. My cash is my phone. Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay, all these things are there. You don't even need to worry about cash. That is the technology that's come here. And if people didn't apply this, then the technology will not be useful at all. You know, you have to learn the technology to use it. Okay. And when you talk about career, of course, there are lots of, I mean, for engineering students, there are so many different ways to go out. You can find a job first thing, or you can go to post graduation. And you can go to post graduation in two ways, like you can go to technically or management wise, MBA, or you can start your own company, entrepreneur. So there are a lot of ways to grow. But first of all, you think, my this thing goes like this: as a student, you should think what you want to see yourself as after 10 years. Today is 6th of February 2022. 6th of February 2032, what you would like to see yourself as. Okay. That should be your goal. And to achieve that goal, what all you have to do, plan it. And planning is very important. Planning is very important. And what all you have to do, that you have to, you know, so that is the first thing that you should have. Okay, I'll get TCS job, so I join. Then I don't even know, I don't even have a goal. So first thing that you should do is that 10 years from now, what exactly do you want to see yourself as? That's the first thing you should look at. Okay, then towards that goal, you can plan your journey, and that is where your career achievement will be. What would you like to be? Okay, and you can say that I want to become an entrepreneur and I want to give job for 200 software guys and things like that. That's fine, good. Or you can say that I want to be a technical head of some, some for 200 people in some big company. Yes. Or you want to become a management consultant. Fine. Or you want to go into civils and become a lot of engineering students also go for civils and then become IAS officers and things like that. But you should know what you want to be. Otherwise it will be like, a rock on the road. Whoever turns in which direction, it will go in that direction.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah. So people have dreamed a lot of things in their life, but the thing is that they're not implement that dream into their goals. So there is no goals. Yeah.
Think big. I like Ajim Premji's statement. If you should dream, and if others are not laughing at your dream, then your dream is too small.
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The others should be laughing at your, I'll tell you, Sony, the tape record, I don't know, I don't think you have tape recorders and things like that. There's something called Sony Walkman. Okay. It used to be a tape recorder which will fit in your palm. And when people talked about it, then they said, who will want a tape recorder in your palm? That is how. But Sony said, no, that is how we want to do it. And after that, Sony Walkman has become a name by itself. Okay. Similarly, when people talk about the personal computer, I have lots of quotations about why should a computer be personal? Because people are at that time there was no personal computer. When IBM talked about personal computer, people have laughed about it. And today, every house has at least 2 or 3 pieces. Okay, so your dream should be so big that people should laugh about it. People should laugh. For example, you should say that I'm going to establish my communication network across the planets, moon to here. Okay, internet, not internet, probably interstellar net or something like that. It will come. Who would have thought that I can watch TV? About 40 years back, I never thought that I can watch a cricket match which is happening in today. The cricket match was happening in Ahmedabad, and I could watch it live sitting in Hyderabad, and people all over the world can watch it live. 40 years back, that was not possible. People would not even dreamed about it. That's what I'm talking about. So you should dream big, and people should laugh about your dream, and you should make that dream come true.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So those who are watching to us, so if you have any specific questions, you can just drop that questions in the comment box. It's open. So I could see. So a lot of people have good evening. Well said, sir. If you have any specific questions, so you can drop here so we can clarify your query. So, and that's the reason I am just organizing this kind of the talk show every Sunday. So, yep. So let me move into the next question, sir. So, so for the time being, so what is the activities people have to do to build their career? So is there any kind of the steps so they needs to take because they have done their engineering? Okay, so after the engineering, so I know that they don't know. I know that the few guys might be selected through campus and the few guys they don't know what to do. They're struggling there in their career, they're moving here and there, they don't know what would be their career path, and nobody is there who can help to them. So what kind of the message you want to give it to them so that they can find it out what could be the right career path they want to choose, and they should grow in that particular career journey?
Good. Okay. First thing, have a dream. That is, have a dream means have a goal. 10 years from now, what you want to be. That's the first thing that you should talk about. Okay. First thing, once you have it, then write it down. Write it down. I tell my students that see, that's the long term goal, 10 years goal. Then to achieve that, what is the 5-year goal? Then what is the 2-year goal? What is the year goal? What is the next month goal? Okay, so make those things. Let's say, for example, my students, if a student says that I want to get 85% this year, okay, in this semester, then I said, you take a A4 sheet paper, and then with a big one of those sketch pens, you write down my goal this semester, get greater than 85%. And then 4 of them, write on 4 papers, stick it on your bedroom. As soon as you get up, you should be able to see that. Okay, and stick one next to in the bathroom next to the mirror. And if you are a girl, stick one next to your dressing table and one next to the TV. Okay, why? You should remind yourself of your goal. This is only for a while, for about a month or two. After that, that goal will become at your back of your mind. That goal will be there. So whenever you are wasting time, it will tell you, should I? Whenever you go to watch some match or something like that, it will tell you, hey, your goal is that. Is this activity anyway aiming to achieve that goal? So if it is not, don't do it. You understand what I'm trying to say? Every activity, you first question yourself, is this activity that I'm doing help me in achieving my goal? Yes, do it. No, don't do it.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay,
Correct.
that's the first thing that you should do. So have a goal, or have a 10-year a goal for the next 10 years, and then divide that into smaller goals. And to do that, you might have to work hard in the beginning. It's very difficult in the beginning. Your body will resist, your mind will resist. Hey, this is the time to enjoy. Why are you not watching? It's a beautiful cricket match that's coming, and why are you sitting here and doing Python programming or something like that? You should say, shut up. I don't want that. Watch that match. I want to do this because I want to learn Python, because that is going to help me in achieving my goal. Okay, you should control your mind and body. If your body and mind start controlling you, you will never be able to achieve success. Okay, so first of all, take control of your body and mind. That's the activity you should do immediately. Okay, we all sleep for about 7 hours or 8 hours. As a student, the maximum sleep you need is 6 hours. If you are sleeping for more than 6 hours, you're making your body and mind lazy, and they'll get used to it. And if you try to curb that 7 hours to 6 hours or something like that, they'll try to fight with you. But that is only initially. But 1 week it'll take for you to streamline your activities and your sleep and all those things. After that, follow that and write it down, whatever you have to do, whatever you're doing, and whether you are achieving your plan or not. So the basic, Sudeep also will know, the basic thing is plan. First of all, this is my goal. To achieve it, this is my plan. Okay, plan. But plan is just like getting medicines and putting in the cupboard. Okay, you have to do it. Plan, do, act, PDCA. Plan, do, check, act. Okay, plan first. Do it according to the plan. Check whether you wanted to achieve has been achieved or not. If not, act on the difference. Why did you not achieve it? Modify the plan. So this is a cycle. PDCA. Plan, work according to the plan, see whether you have achieved the results. If you have not achieved the results, then you modify the plan so that you can achieve the results. If you have achieved the results, increase the plan to achieve more. You understand?
Absolutely.
So this PDCA is very, very important. Plan, do, check, act. 4-step process. And
Correct.
without plan, you can't achieve anything. That is why they say, fail to plan is a plan to fail. Fail to plan is a plan to fail. If you are not planning, then you are planning for failure.
Correct.
Right.
Correct, sir. So some of the audience I could see, so they have asked some questions. So I thought of okay. So Harshit is asking here how to motivate ourselves.
Very good question. Very good question. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve, there are already people who have achieved it. Okay, take them as your ideals. See whether how they could achieve it. Okay, and say that I want to be like him. I want to be like him. And then what did he do? That is why, if you remember, in our childhood, we were given life biographies of the great people, you know, so that we can see what they did and we can follow in their footsteps. Okay, so that is what you should do, Harshit. First thing is that find out some people who have done, who have achieved whatever you wanted to achieve, or even overachieved it. Then say, how did they achieve it? Okay, and then I want to be like him. He is my role model. Okay, and if you want to be like him, he has spent 8 hours a day, you know, doing whatever he's supposed to do for achieving that goal. So that is the first thing, motivating of looking at others. Okay, the second thing is that you have something called self motivation. You Self motivation comes from basically making whatever you want to do a passion for yourself. Okay, once you make it a passion, then I want to do more, I want to do more, I want to do more. That is how it should come. See, when I studied my mtech in IIT Bombay in 1976 78, this Python language was never there. We studied Fortran, COBOL, basic, and those languages which are not there anymore. But today I teach Python, I teach machine learning, I teach artificial intelligence. I have to update myself, and if I have to motivate myself to update myself. Otherwise, I will be of no use to the society anymore. You understand? So that is self motivation. Self motivation is creating a passion for yourself and trying to follow that passion and then achieve the knowledge to towards that passion. Basically, you know. So that is a self motivation. The other motivation is looking at others and then trying to follow them. Okay, who have achieved something similar.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So another questions came from the Harshit itself. So Harshit is looking for how to overcome the laziness and the improve the productivity.
Beautiful question. This is exactly what most of the students have. That um, okay, have some short term goals. Okay, have some short term goals. For example, take very simple example. Okay, which year are you in, Harshit? What are you doing right now?
Harshit, can you please write it down in the comment chat box so that so might be
Anyway,
his.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
I will tell you what you have to do is that, first of all, we do a lot of wastage of time every day, lot of wastage, without even knowing it. Okay, so first of all, tomorrow or day after, you write down entire your daily routine. Okay, your daily routine from the morning when you wake up till the night when you sleep. You write down the entire routine. Okay, and when you write down the entire routine, identify those times where you are wasting time without doing anything at all, or not doing anything useful. Okay, like chatting, like, watching TV, just like sitting there and then doing, or things like that. And once you do that, okay, then you say that I'm not using this time properly. Try to use that time properly. Make yourself a timetable, put yourself a goal. For example, let us say you are a third year student or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's a
say that.
third year student. He's a third year student, sir,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
Narayana Engineering College.
wow, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
what you should do is that you should say that this week I want to uh, finish 10 lessons in this particular subject. Okay, or let's say 5 lessons in this particular subject. And then you have your daily routine and you have identified where all you can work. So use those times where you were wasting before to actually solve this, to achieve this goal. Once you have done one week and then you have achieved your goal, your body gets used to it. I want to achieve more, I want to achieve more, I want to achieve more. Success is, contagious. Success, once you come first in the class, you always want to become first in the class. Okay, so success is very, very it is it won't let you go down. So the first success, you have to reap the fruits of the first success. How to do it? Take your goal and put it into take a small goal. Let's say I want to finish 5 lessons this week, and then make sure that you do that by hook or crook. And the second, automatically next time increase it, so that you get your full potential, achieving your career, whatever goals are. Okay, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Yep. So another quick questions I could get. I don't know his name, so it's I could see here the YouTuber. So he has written here how to prepare the for the infect
NVTQ. Yeah, this is
infect.
the Infosys exam for engineers. It's
Okay.
already started today, I think. Today, tomorrow, 6th to 9th, right? You have not much time to really prepare for it. If it's for the next year, go to the InfyTQ site itself, and then once you register there, you will get into, there are lots of courses there, Python 1, Python 2, Python 4, whatever, and things like that. And then data structures and database management. And every day you spend 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours on solving those things. And then probably if it's next year, you will, if you do it for about at least 2 to 3 hours every day, doing that, that will be enough. But if you are doing it today, tomorrow, and day after, this year, there's not much time for you to prepare for it. It's already, you're too late.
Okay. Okay. So I believe so. All the audience. So your question has been answered. So if you have any other specific questions, you can just drop a message here in the comment box. We'll try to help you out and try to clear your query. So yep. So as of now, so there is no question. So let me move into the next questions. So why the career development, sir? Can you please explain why the career development is very important for anyone life? Because the thing is that I could see this, some of the people, they are very much satisfied with their career or job what they're doing at the current moment. But the thing is that after some time I could see that they're bit fatigue, and they feel that it is not the correct profession for them. They have to do something different, and that's the reason. So they're looking for some kind of the different career development, and they move forward like that directions. So why not they should think about those things on the starting of their career, starting of their journey, so rather than the later part. What do you suggest to the people?
Okay. At the end of the day, a human being wants to be happy, right? That is the any human being's aim is to become happy. Now, how do you become happy? When are you happier? Whenever you achieve success, you're happy, right? Isn't it? I mean, just let
Absolutely.
look at it. Very, very true.
Correct.
I put myself, let's say, for example, last year when Corona started, I told myself, I have to walk 10,000 feet every day for 100 days. Even if it's raining, whatever it is, for 100 continuous days, I have to walk 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is around 7.5 kilometers every day. Okay. And there were days in the beginning, I was very happy, I was doing it. After that came rain, and then I had to walk in the home itself. My wife used to say, what are you doing, but I said, this is what I want to achieve, this goal. And it looks like a stupid goal for anybody else. When I told them that I have to do it and this is my goal, they said, what happens if you stop for one day? It's okay, no, 1 or 2 days. If you stop, it's okay. Why don't you stop? I mean, why are you going in the rain with umbrella and things like that? You stop one day, you stop. What happens? Nothing will happen. But you for you for you you have broken, what you have not achieved success. Okay, you won't believe it. For 100 days I did that. I did that, and you won't believe it. It probably didn't increase my salary, or it did not increase my reputation in the industry, or anything like that. But the happiness I got because I achieved whatever I set goal for, that is not that cannot be given by any money or anything else. Okay, so that
Amen.
is what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, human beings want happiness. When will you get happiness? When you achieve what you have targeted yourself for. Okay, success. When you get success, you are happy, and that's the reason why we need to have goals and achieve those goals so that we can be happy. And you have to challenge yourself with higher and higher goals. Then you become more and more happy. You understand? and
Absolutely.
and that's what it is. The secret of life, basically. To be happy, you have to keep achieving more and more, until you get somewhere where it is now out of your this thing. Like, I'm 65 years old now, and I'm happy because I do whatever I love. I love teaching. I love talking to students. I like the subjects that I'm taking, and so I love what I do. So I'm happy. You understand? So the happiness, to be happy, you have to achieve success, and that is where the career growth comes into picture. Okay, if you join, let us say, as a assistant systems analyst and programmer, that's what they take you when you join it, assistant programmer or something like that. And if you are assistant programmer after 10 years, you will not be happy.
Correct.
After 2 years, if the all other guys are going ahead and you are left out, you will not be happy, right? You won't be. And that is what I'm talking about. The career goals are very important for being happy in life. If you don't have a
Absolutely.
goal, it will be very difficult for you to be happy. Okay, today you might say, I'll watch the movies, my father is very rich, so I can afford a motorcycle, I can afford Yamaha. And but that will not make you happy after you leave the engineering college.
Correct.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
better look at 10 years from now what you want to do, and that should be your goal. Not not now, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, just another quick thing. So I thought of before closing the session. So I thought of asking you, sir. So how the person they can see their the greatest strength and weakness? Is there any kind of the mechanism so that they can see that their strength and weakness, and they can
Yeah. Yeah, it's called actually SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and whatever. SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and trade-offs, or
and
whatever,
threat
something like
and the
that. Okay,
threat?
and threats. Yeah, SWOT.
Yeah.
So that is what you have to do for yourself. No, it's business SWOT is different. Personal SWOT is different. It's exactly the same thing, actually. What is your strength? You will know. What is your weakness? Also, you will know. For example, when you are eating, maybe rasgulla might be your weakness, but can
Correct.
you put 5 rasagullas in front of you, and when your mother says that eat, I just made them, and that is your weakness. Can you overcome that weakness by eating only one? I'm not
Yeah.
saying don't eat. I'm not saying don't eat. Eat. But can you eat just 2 of them and then see what happens? You know that if you eat all 5 of them, the next day you have to suffer.
Correct.
The next day you have to suffer. So, what I'm trying to say is that you can analyze your own strengths, your own weaknesses, and once you have done that, weaknesses lead to threats. The weakness actually is the one which leads you to the threat, and the strengths are the ones which lead you to the opportunities. When an opportunity knocks, your strength will help you to actually utilize that opportunity. Okay, so that is why what I'm trying to say, that you do a SWOT analysis. This is subjective. Everybody is different. Everybody's strengths are different. Everybody's weaknesses are different, and you will know your own this thing. If you don't know, do one thing. Just for 1 week, you have maintained a diary of from morning waking up till night sleeping. What are the things that you do? Okay, and then you will realize what are the common things that you do which are your strengths. which are the common things you do, which are your weaknesses. You can analyze that after a week yourself. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So those who have watching, so thank you everyone. Thank you, sir, to joining to us and help to the students so that they can also grow in their careers. So what
Thank
they
you very
want.
much. I hope this is useful. And in case you have anything, you can always reach me through Sudeep. And Sudeep, sometime later on, we will organize a session on time management.
Definitely,
Okay, where
sir.
I can give them some guidelines of how to do the time management, etc. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you, sir, for
Thank
your
you.
time. Yeah.
Thanks a
Thanks,
lot.
everyone.
Thank you,
Those who
everybody.
are watching to us. Yeah. Thank
Good night
you.
and
Bye. Have a
good
good day.
night, and God bless you all.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I log out now?